All right, falling. How about that? Did you fall out of your seat? Now we're going to talk about influences because at the very beginning, kind of sounds a little bit like Kansas Fight Fire with Fire. Then y'all bust out and just blow the socks off of the song. Better than any Kansas song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
that's some
yeah.
heavy words there, man. Kansas
That's
is one of
hard
my favorite
words, but
bands of all
hey, Anvil
time.
and Hammer, we can say what we want. If you don't like it, put it in an email.
Holy moly.
Your influences. Going back to that, I know that like Kansas is one of them, and Dream Theater, but
Right.
is there some others? Because I'm hearing something, and I want you to say it before I say it.
All right. Here's what I'll tell you. The mix and match of most of our players
All right.
who wrote on this album is that John Neiswinger, our new keyboardist. It was funny when he first came on. One of my questions, initial interview for him, bringing him into the band, was, "Who are your big influences?" And he immediately mentioned Rachmaninoff, which is great for a classical style as far as rock piano player, very musish, slightly Radioheadish, which is cool. But then he mentioned Billy Joel, and I was like, whoa, because I've never been a huge fan of Billy Joel. And then he brings in some of his stuff, and now that I hear like the chorus of Reach and the chorus of One Dark Moment and the chorus of Spooning Out to Sea, and stylistically, if they were just played on piano, you could kind of hear this could definitely be like a Billy Joel type sound. So that's John. Our new lead guitarist, Shane McBride, is a Randy Rhoads school type of guitarist who also dabbles in some Satriani and Eric Johnson and a little bit of David Gilmour, which is one of my favorite guitarists.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he's at. Bill Yost, who actually wrote Fallen, and To Me, very influenced by late 80s, mid 80s to late 80s metal. Big fan of Dokken, big fan of that style of hard rock / metal. And I'm a big fan of that stuff too, but I lean a little bit more towards like the King's X style of hard rock or metal, if you want to even put them in that range. Vocally, big influences for me are Peter Gabriel, Doug Pinnick. A lot of people say John Wetton from Asia, who I was a big fan of when I was younger, back in the early 80s. So any of the baritone / almost tenor type vocalists I kind of latched onto. In fact, my favorite singer when I was a kid growing up, you might laugh, but was Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates. I just thought he had a lot of soul. He had a great, clean voice, and I was like, this guy can sing. If I could sing like him, then I could maybe be a singer. But then obviously you have...
You definitely qualify as a singer.
Well, then we have, obviously tons of Kansas influence, tons of that old school prog where it's still listenable, where it's still melodic and not just abstract to the point of you don't even know what's going on. Trevor Rabin-Year, yes, is a huge influence especially on our first album. On this album, you might be able to hear a little bit of it. But so those are a lot of our big influences.
I thought you still haven't hit what I thought, and it was Jeff Tate by Queensryche. There's some times that you sound... I was like, oh, man. Oh, I'm just like...
He's awesome, so that's a huge
You're awesome. You're awesome. And I want to say this, and to put it up another notch, and we're going to get right into you talking about what Fallen's about. When you hit, it's the best chorus on the CD, He Has Carried Me When I've Fallen, Steve Perry. Perry, baby.
Now that's the greatest singer of all time.
That is you hit it right on the head, and I was just like, oh man, it just dropped me to my knees, and then you have the hallelujah part of it in there too. But
now I'll let you know that the guy who's doing the higher harmonies on that chorus is our bass player Bill Yost.
Wow.
He has got a major high pipes for a huge guy. He's like 6'4", 6'5", big guy. He's a contractor. That's where his metal style singing comes in. He's a great background vocalist. He's a great compliment to myself because I can't hit those notes. I mean, when I get up there in that chorus, I am pushing everything I got to do it. He just does that stuff super high above me without any effort at all, it seems. Yeah. So he does that real high harmony on the hallelujahs. He's doubling me on To Me during that high part of the chorus, and any of the real high vocals that you hear.
Okay.
that you can tell aren't me are him.
Okay.
Wow. Now,
So the Lord's blessed us with three or four
Definitely.
pretty good singers in this band. So
there's no doubt there's some talent. I just want to say, you didn't mention Soundgarden, and they're just
I love those guys.
Yeah, so this needs a
I
little bit
love
of some of
those
that
guys,
stuff
I do.
mixed in there.
Yeah.
In fact, to me, is very Soundgarden.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
what Brandon
yeah.
was saying right before the interview. We know our stuff. Y'all just need to put it out there so we can talk about it.
Yep. You guys are right on the money with Soundgarden for sure.
Check out the rest of the interview with Shane from Orphan Project, free on iTunes or podcast.anvilandthehammer.com.